Hey, welcome back to Good Knit Kisses. I'm your host, Kristen, and today it is knitting day. Yay! Every day is knitting day at Good Knit Kisses, except sometimes I crochet. So today I am working on the pop pillow from Yarnspirations lookbook this month. If you don't know much about Yarnspirations, check out yarnspirations.com. They have lookbooks every month, and you might be surprised about that. If you go to yarnspirations.com, click on lookbooks, and you'll see all of them. When you click on them, it's kind of like looking at this virtual magazine and just like flip the pretty pages the way they have that on there, and you can get to see all the stuff for that month, and they release them all the time. So I can't wait to get this one done. I've got one that I want to do next month, and I'm so excited about it. I'll do a tutorial on that, and I can't wait to show you. It's like over off to the side, and it's calling my name, but I got to get this one done first, which I'm enjoying as well. So anyway, if you're joining me live for the first time, please tell me you're new. I love to see new faces. I know I can see the little Facebook thing. It's sort of your face. It's little and tiny, and it says your name, so that's good. And let me know where you're from. It's so fun to find out where in the world everyone's joining us from. And love to say hi to people who come on a lot. And hey, Leah, you've got Ellie coming, or is it Lee? Is it Lee or Leah? I may be saying it right. Depends on who you know. I've had different friends in the past at school, and they spell it that way, and you never know. Good morning, Elizabeth. I hope you're feeling well today. Heather, hey there. So I've got my sample here, and I'm working on this for the pop pillow design for Yarnspirations, and it's the Trinity stitch, or also called the raspberry stitch. And I figured I'd just kind of knit off to the side and let you guys kind of see. I'm still working on it, knitting on it, and instead of canceling this broadcast and saying I've got to sit here and knit, you guys might want to see me do it. It's kind of the slow tutorial version of, hey, here is this Trinity stitch. So I've got the pattern off to the side, and this is not a full-blown tutorial, but it will remain up as a live tutorial if you just want to see that. So Leah, okay, good, I got it right. Yay. Hopefully I don't botch it again. Woo, it's that brain injury thing. I do my best. Good morning, Ada. Good morning, Bridget. I am glad to see you. Hey, Lori, I saw you hop on there. Let's see, I gotta get me some more of this. My coffee. I've got to get some more teas. I do love tea. I'm a coffee and a tea person. Some people are only coffee, and some people are only tea. I like both. But I have discovered I really, really prefer peppermint tea, and I'm out of peppermint, so boo-hoo to me. So I'm getting my knitting ready as people are hopping on here. I hate to, when people are hopping on, I hate to be already in the tutorial, but maybe you guys like that. If you like when I hop on into the tutorial first, then let me know. I am looking up this morning. Someone told me that I should be watching CBS this morning. And so I got my iPad out, and I was trying to find it before I got on live, and I'm like, screw it. I have to get on Facebook and get my live thing done. So I'm looking at my iPad right now on CBS, trying to figure out what it was. They said, you've got to look. She had posted to the page and saying, you've got to look and see, you'll love what's on CBS this morning. And I'm like, well, it's not here, so anyway, what is going on? Okay, Heather, you're on here. Please, do you have a link to the specific thing that you're talking about? Or please give us a hint, because now I'm on here and I can't do it. Now I can't look. So I'm really dying to know. I really want to know, but I know it may take a while to type it out, so I might grow impatient. I'm just saying. Not with you, just that's the nature of broadcasting, I guess. Oh, Martha says she's looking for something to do on road trips when your husband is driving. Oh, yeah. Well, Martha, it just depends on what is good for you. I mean, do you like something that's mindless? that you could just keep going on. Road trips are a funny thing when you're knitting. I like to have maybe two projects, one that's like a no-brainer, and then one that I have to challenge myself, because sometimes on a road trip I have to keep myself up because I'm trying to keep my husband up, or whoever's driving. We may have another adult in the car, and I always feel like I always did this when I was a kid. Like, I always had to keep my dad awake, and so I always feel like I have to have something that keeps me awake. And so if I'm doing something mindless and I'm super tired, then I'm like, ugh, I'm knitting and sleeping. One more row. And then I find out I screwed up, right? So I did do this project yesterday. Let me grab it. I think you may have seen it. I thought I saw you hop on. But this is that steep diagonal scarf from yesterday. And I did that, converted it to the loom yesterday. But I also, it was on Monday, featured on Needles on Yarnspirations channel on YouTube, and it's on their blog, and so you can check that out, that link out. And anyway, so this is the conversion. So it looks pretty great, right? It's reversible, so it looks, oh, I'm holding it. I was holding it wrong. Oh my gosh, this whole reverse camera thing. Okay. Okay. All right. Heather says, oh, around, wait, hang on. I may have missed the first part. Okay. Whoop. Let me go back. Heather is telling us what's on the news on CBS today that I would be interested in. This lady goes around and crochet bombs on walls and on water pipes, like when you see the paint, but she does it with yarn. Yeah, so she's yarn bombing. Yeah. Have you not seen that before? That's awesome. I love, it's fun when you first see it for the first time. You're like, she used yarn. It is controversial, though. I mean, there are people who get very upset that it's an environmental issue, or it causes a waste issue or something. But I think if you're bombing responsibly, is the thing. Like if you're planning on taking it down, like it's more like an installation kind of thing where you have plans to take it down before it gets all nasty, or assist the locals in taking that down. But also some people yarn bomb with intention, like they put little tags on it, and it's like they'll tie scarves up on poles and stuff, and it's for the homeless in the winter, and it's like all threatened. And it was like, if you pass this by and you're cold, please take one, that kind of thing. So anyway, pretty cool. Hey, I see Yolanda snuck on here. I see you, Yolanda. Hi, sweetie. Love you. Let's see. So Martha, and here's a version that I was testing in this light gray color. Isn't that nice? So anyway, you could knit your husband a scarf in that steep diagonal and work that pattern. That would be a good one, and that would kind of keep you going. And it's a 12 row repeat with a multiple of 6. So yeah. Hey Lori, happy birthday, happy early birthday. Oh man, your husband ordered you the Melodies of Life Knitter's Pride set. Awesome. I have to actually get me another set of Knitter's Pride. Here's mine that I was going to work with. So I was just about to focus in on my Knitter's Pride. I really enjoy them. So yeah, I want to get like the bigger set stuff. So anyway, oh, Heather says she's done stuff, Starbucks and a beer company, I guess yarn bombing and stuff. Anyway. All right. So I'm going to focus in on this stitch. I'm so glad you guys joined me. Today I'm working on Caron 1 pound. This is the sunflower color, and I'm just going to have this going on. I've got this tutorial is going to come up next week, and I've got some other things in store for you as well, and we'll have a little sneak peek at that in just a second. So when I flip this, here we go, okay? Oh, hey, Amber, I see you jumped on. Hey, good to see you. All right, here we go. Okay. You know me, I gotta get in there. All right, let me get my yarn. Here's just if you want to see it. This is the Caron 1 pound. It's giant. I mean, my hands are huge. It's a giant boom. Caron 1 pound. Blah. Anyway. So I'll get that off to the side. And this is the Trinity stitch. It's also called the raspberry stitch. Isn't that pretty? Y'all, is my lighting okay? Here we go. Is that better? Worse? I feel like an optometrist when I ask you guys, is that better or worse? Number 1 or number 2? This is the reverse. So let's flip it over. The reverse is quite interesting. It's flatter, okay, but it's not. I mean, like, I wouldn't make this just to get this reverse look, because then the inside would be like this, and it wouldn't be as comfortable to wear. But if you had this on a garment, this would be really pretty. I actually was thinking the raspberry stitch, let's say you had a sweater you were making, I would think the yoke or something would be really pretty in this raspberry stitch, you know, like up towards your chest area. Isn't that pretty? Maybe a detail on the sleeves. Number 3, please, huh? I love it. I love it. So this is the pattern here. Yarnspirations.com, they have all their lookbooks, and then if you go and look for Yarnspirations, it's from Caron, you can type up Pebble Pop pillow or Pebble Pop knit pillow, and this is the pattern here. Oh, I can't zoom in, can I? So when it's an easy pattern, and you can do a customized kit here, and like the way they have it, it's really nice. You can say, okay, I want pattern single size, the pattern version, I want the sunflower version, or the medium gray, or the dark gray, because this is what they feature is the pillows. And then contrast A is the sunflowers. They've already kind of programmed it, but you can change it. So if like, I don't want a yellow pillow, let's do the medium gray, and it changes it for you, or the dark gray. And then you're like, oh, but I don't want those 3 colors. Well, look at all these other ones, right? You're like, I'm doing raspberry, so let me do a raspberry color. And so you might pick, you know, that one. That's a new color. That one's called dark pink. And then accessories under here, you can actually get you some needles here. These are 5.5 millimeter or number 9 US 9 needles. So that's what I'm using today. So that's 5.5 millimeter. And these are aluminum needles here. They're showing using a 14. I'm using a circular needle. I think this is a 24-inch. Is it 24-inch? Yeah, I think it's a 24-inch cable. Anyway, so what you want to do is you order up your yarn, or you can get that at the store, and then you click download pattern, and it jumps to another page here, and it gives you this. It gives you this pattern that's now blank. Oh, gee. Okay, hold on. It was just there, like, seriously, a second before. Okay, here we go. And if you don't know this about, like, if you have an iPad, you can click on this once, and you can hit open in iBooks, and it will, like, open up in another app and, like, save it for you. And I'm sure you can get that on other tablets. So this is the main pattern, and my instructions are casting on 82 stitches, and then here's the stitch pattern. So I'm gonna work it. I'm not gonna really go back and forth to this, but you'll see me do this. It's a purl on the right side, so you're purling on the first and third rows on here on the front, and then on the back you're knitting 1, and then you're knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, all in one stitch, and then you purl 3 together, and then repeat. So you go back and forth between these 2 stitches, and then after you purl another row, you do the opposite. And so they stack and they stagger like this. Okay, so pretty cool, right? So I'm going to put this off to the side, and just for a second, I'm going to do a little teaser. I'm going to show you something, and then we'll move on. Okay, so I just got this kit in the mail, and I'm going to be working on this as well next month. This is not from Yarnspirations. Let me move this. This is not from Yarnspirations. This is from Mary Maxim. This is a painted tiles wrap, and it's a mitered square, and we're going to be working on this, and I got all the yarn for it. Isn't this beautiful? So this is the Milan yarn, and I have permission. They want me to do a video, and so I'm going to show you how to make this mitered square and how to attach it and continue on going. So, ta-da! Surprise! Do y'all like that surprise? Is that cool? So, yeah, so I'll be reviewing that kit, and we'll have giveaway. So, yeah. Anyway, so ta-da. Okay, so I'm gonna go back now and let's go. I was so excited to get it yesterday. I've got to start knitting it up. Yeah, they sent me a few extras, so I don't have to like dip totally into the kit. So anyway, I'm excited for that. And they'll be mailing it to you. Also, Yarnspirations will be having giveaways on those as well. And I'll be giving away yarn from Yarnspirations. So I've got to get all that handled and stuff. It's been crazy with the move. So giveaways won't really start until next month. And then hopefully we'll be having more often giveaways and I can get that done. They are a bit of a chore. I will be honest with you, but I really love to do them when I can. So it's fantastic. I love that. So okay, I'm gonna flip back over. I just had to see my smiling face here. All right, back to the tutorial. Okay, so here we go. I'm on the right side, so I like to have a stitch marker showing me the right side. And you can have it way down here. I'm just showing you in case you couldn't see the bottom of mine. So this one is not quite mindless knitting. It does fall in the easy category. However, you do have to pay attention because if you don't, they start offsetting slightly. And you would think, oh, if I don't pay attention, they'll just start stacking up like in a line, like these would start going up in a column. But that's not really the case. It's almost like it does it slightly skewed to the side, and so it doesn't. It's like it looks sort of right-ish for a while. And trust me, I messed up on this. I did. I've had to frog this a few times because for whatever reason, I was not paying attention and I thought I did something, you know, a few rows back or whatever. I was telling Joanne on the phone yesterday about it. We had like a massive phone conversation. I guess I was starved for talking to her after the move. So, anyway, so that's what we were doing, yesterday. And I was telling her about some of my angst with it. And I'm like, but that's good. I actually like when I mess up and I figure out a better way to teach you guys. So when I do the actual tutorial, I'll be talking more about those tips. And of course, when you see the tutorial, you won't see me like make an entire row with purl stitches and you know, the actual Trinity stitch. You'll see you'll see me do it kind of abbreviated. But because this is the pillow design, then you'll see me, I'll cast on, I'll do the main stitch pattern, and then I will bind off and show you how to put it into a pillow and finish that off. So that'll be good. Now, let's see, and I told you my stitch marker's normally not even way up there, so not that I need to know what the right side is, but just have it on there to show you. If you're new to that, you can always mark the front of it, showing you the right side. But of course we know this is. The other thing you can do is if you want to keep up with if you want to keep up with which row is the one where like say, hey, I want to know if this is a row, because the second and the fourth row are the ones where it alternates and stuff. You know, you could say, I want to keep up with where a second row is. And so every time you have a second row, you could replace this. So like I know that the second row is hidden up here, but you can't see it, but it's actually hidden right up here. And so that's one of the things that I was doing, is I would hide it up there. I see Chris hopped on. She's probably like lamenting because I'm not continental knitting and not purling quickly. She's like, Kristen, you have to do continental. And I will tell you, I purl funny, and I hold my needles in an odd way for people, but it's actually more comfortable for me. it's hard to say this. Okay, I have had carpal tunnel. I'm trying to speak positivity over it. So I feel like I'm being healed from it, but but it's a habit I did because it eased my pain. And so I do that, especially when I'm knitting a lot. And it actually helps me because it keeps my wrists in a good position, in a neutral position. And then, I'm not, it relieves tension for me. So that works for me. It's really what works for the knitter, as long as they're getting the right stitch, who cares, right? So, hey everybody, I see you hopping on. Hey Ada and Crystal. You purl the same way? Patty, do you kind of hold it like between your two fingers there? I know other people who have dexterity issues, and they hold it however their hands can do it, or they might have had a stroke, or you know, their digits aren't all elongated, and they may have had an injury or a growth issue. And so when I do it, it reminds me that we all have our unique way of doing it, right? Because we're all unique. Whoopsies. But I will do that eventually. However, I find that I think if I was to do videos on Continental, that it would end up being like a series of that. Did I split my yarn? I think I split my yarn. Hold on. And I would have to be intentional and be like, okay, I am showing this in Continental, or, you know, that kind of thing. You just learned to knit but can't seem to get purling. Crystal, can I do this slower for you and kind of show you my method to teach? My method to teach purling is different. I have a slower tutorial. I'm not sure if I've made a slow motion version of it. I can if it's still too fast. But if you go to my Good Knit Kisses YouTube channel, go to youtube.com/goodknitkisses. And at the top search box is the first one on YouTube. But if you go down near the word playlist and click on the little search icon and just type purl, you can find my purling video. And or you can find it in the needle knit playlist. But so the way that I do it is, so here we go. Let me just show you now. Okay, so let's see if I can, oh, you know what, I forgot I can zoom in on here. Sweet. Oh, I forgot the live videos let me do that. I forget every time. Okay, hold on. Oh, let me go back. Okay, there we go. So we're gonna purl here, and I've got a bunch of stitches I can go over, so I'll do these slower. So I'm going into this. This is the leg of the stitch. You got a front leg and a back leg, and it's surrounding, and I imagine this like a horse, because I'm a Texan and he's riding a horse. Woo woo. And his right leg is here, the front leg. And so I go into the front of the front leg here for purling. Okay. And so I'm going to yarn over and bring that yarn around it. Okay. Just like I would if I was knitting, I'm going to the back here and then yarning over. Okay. But anyway, but you want to make sure your yarn is in the front. Okay. So it's in the front of your work, and then go into that leg here, and we're going to put that cowboy on a new horse, right? And we're going to lasso him and yarn up. No, I'm sorry. I'm getting all Texan on you. We're going to yarn over. And then this yarn that you just put on here, you're just going to push it on through. Okay. It's like leapfrog with our cowboy. Oh my gosh. So then you just pull that right on off. Okay. So let's do that again. We're going to go in here, and we're going to, well, let's just go with it. Let's go with it. We're going to lasso that horse, and we're going to pull our rider on through and pull that off. So we're just going to go around. We're going to push it through. Okay. Pushing it through and pull it off. Okay. Wow, I found a new way to teach it. I've never said it that way. But anyway, you go through, you wrap around, and then you push that loop through. Okay. And then let the old one fall off. All right. Oh my gosh. That's, you know what? I need to teach a Texan series on knitting. Oh my word, that's funny. You're not bringing the yarn through. Yeah. The first time I was shown how to purl, I just looked at them and I was like, okay, I guess that looks easy. I'll try that. And then I get on there and I'm like, I just froze up and I didn't really understand. And I kept trying it, and then I Googled more and more videos, and I was so lost. And I tell you, I figured out on my own. Nobody taught me. Now I've actually forgotten how to do it. But I was so desperate to get a purl stitch in my work so that that I could make a stocking net look, because I wanted to see what it looked like, and I didn't have any resources available to me at the time. A near yarning store had a near local store had gone out of business, and so I didn't have any local teacher near me, and so I couldn't get that hands-on one-on-one training, which I know many of you guys have that issue. You're in a remote area or whatnot, or you know, you could be shut in or whatever, but whatever reason you don't have that local help, and so I needed the help. And I learned how to knit backwards. And so I had turned it over, and then I worked backwards. Like basically I worked left-handed. And so it took me forever, but I did it. So that was really cool. Okay. So now I don't knit continental. I knit Texas style. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Is this my 2-gun Texas salute? Oh my gosh. Okay, pardon me. I gotta get some coffee here. I've been talking too much. Okay, sorry. Coffee break. Whistle break. Went to the watering hole. Yeehaw! Howdy to everyone who's coming in today. Come on in and knit with me. All right, that's enough crazy. Okay. Wait, let me go back. What is Heather saying? Hold on. Heather, you're left-handed? Oh, cool. Lori, okay, oh, that was Lori. I couldn't figure out why I was getting another loop on the needles watching your videos. I see. Oh, yes, it's yes. Okay, so let me go back just for a second. If you're purling and you are switching back and forth though to knitting, because I won't have to do this on any other row. If I just unknit these, and I did that a little fast, sorry. If I've been purling and I'm up front and then I'm like, okay, and knit the last 2 stitches, you've got to bring this yarn to the back and then knit if that's what you're doing. Because if you don't, and then you start knitting and go like this, you've added this stitch here and it will be a hole. Okay, it's a yarn over increase. Okay, so you would have to bring that yarn to the back. All right, let me knit these up, purl these up again. There we go. All right, turn that around. All right, again, this is the wrong side, and we're gonna be working our first. I mean, technically the purl row was part of the stitch pattern, but this is the first one where you're doing something different. Okay. Let me see. Did I miss a comment? Oh, other than people laughing at me. Okay. That's all that was. Ooh, gotta wet my whistle. Okay. Okay. So I just purled. That was row 1. Right here, and now we're doing the second row, knit 1, and then we're going to knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, all in the back. Okay, all on the wrong side. If we were trying to do this on the front side, you would have to do that opposite. Okay. Alrighty. So this first one is, oh, by the way, if you see me doing this, so I'm not knitting in the round, but I have these circular needles. So instead of just going like this, because I'm going to start knitting, if I do that, I'm trapping my yarn inside of my circular needles here. And so what I do is I kind of approach it, and I get my yarn in front of this cable, and I come up in here and then approach it. And so that way my yarn is behind, but it's not trapped inside. Okay. I don't always talk about that in a video, but I just thought I'd mention it today. Because then you might be like, why is it trapped inside? And you have to wait until you're done with that row to get it untrapped, right? Okay, so here is the stitch here. We're going to go into this first stitch. Okay, yarn over, pull it through, but don't pull it off this left needle. Okay, if you're left-handed, you're just going to do this opposite, and you'd have to put a mirror up to the video because I'm not left-handed, so I can't do it. I can't show you that way because I am not left-handed. Sorry, Princess Bride joke. Okay, and then now we're going to move the yarn forward, just like we're going to purl. Then we're going to go into this stitch here that's still on the needle, and then we're going to wrap it around and make a purl stitch. So we put it on, push it on through. All right, now we have another stitch here. See, we've got 1, 2 stitches. There's the third stitch. We're going to put our yarn to the back of this needle again, stick it in like we are going to knit, because we are, into this stitch again. It's going to get a little tighter. We're going to wrap around and pull it on through. And so now we have 3 stitches on our needle. We can pull this one off. See that? So we have 3 stitches pulled in. It looks like this little column here. It looks like an eyelet. See that? You see how that works? So they're all 3 in that stitch. Okay, so you've increased that 1 stitch by 2. All right. Now I'm going to put the yarn in the front, and I'm going to scoop up these 3 stitches here. Okay, and I'm going to knit them together. I'm sorry, I'm going to purl them together. So then I'm decreasing by 2 here. So I'm going to yarn over and I'm going to push it on through. Okay, so now I only have 1 stitch where I had 3, so it's -2. So we added 2 here and we took 2 away here. So we're at the same stitch count we were at before. Then we're going to put the yarn in the back, and then we're going to knit. Pull it through. You can tilt it forward. Put that yarn to the front. Put that needle under just like you're going to purl. Purl it around. Push it through. Twist your needle. Get your yarn to the back again. Put that in to knit. And then wrap around and pull through. And so that is your knit stitch. And again, you got it that way. So this is what this looks like. Okay. So I have my first knit stitch. I have the knit 1, purl 1. It's the knit in front and back, or sorry, it's knit 1, purl 1, knit 1 into 1 stitch, and then purl 3 together. So P3 tog, and then the knit 1, purl 1, knit 1. Okay. And then we're just going back and forth. So then I'm going to purl these 3 together. Okay. Now, we're going to purl this. Now, I'm going to show you how this stacks up against the other stitches. Hold on. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, so how you know that you started on this, like you're like, oh my gosh, Kristen, there's so much going on in the back. How do I tell what row I'm supposed to be on? Well, when I start the row, after a while getting used to it, I noticed that the last time I did something significant with 3 stitches was this one. It's kind of bulky here. Way down here, I did, excuse me, I knit 3 together. I'm sorry, I keep saying that. I purled 3 together here. And so I know that the next one, when I get to that row and I'm not purling, I'm going to increase here, okay? And so this was a decrease and this is an increase, and they're just gonna basically alternate so that you get this, okay? Does that help? So this is how I do it when I'm going quicker, okay? So then there's my 3 stitches. Purl these together. Okay. Isn't that nice? Oh, wow. I have a big old hair on the table. I'm sorry. You're like, I don't know if you can see that. So, Chris, yeah, you knit almost exclusively with circulars, so much easier on your hands. Yes, I do enjoy circulars. However, I really enjoy DPNs too. It just depends on the project. I mean, if it's a small project or if I'm just knitting up a sample, I'm all about the DPNs. I would like to get some Knitter's Pride ones, the double pointed needles. My budget has not allowed that. But I actually want to go shopping. There's this new place called, I think it's West 7th Wool. and they have they have a new shop open. It looks really cool from all the pictures I've seen, and friends who visited, they they posted on their page the other day. They had a Texas shaped oh my gosh, I can't even needle gauge. So like it's a piece of wood shaped like Texas, and it has all these needle size holes in there, and it shows you what they are. And so you can like put that in your project bag or whatever, and check out your needle size that you've got. Well, yes, you love DPNs, but some people are like, I am only a straight needle person, or I am only a DPN, or I'm only a circular. I'm like, I can't be only anything. I'm so many things. Don't put me in a box, man. Don't put baby in a corner, right? Yeah, you need to get one of those, Brenda. You do. Brenda, oh my gosh, you need to message me. You want to go shopping? We need to go shopping together. Let's go to the store together. Seriously, I am not kidding at all. Like, I have been needing to contact you and find out if you want to shop. I also need to go to the camera store because I have got to get a solution for sound in this room, because it's loud. If my kids are home, I'm like, no, that's not going to work. And I have these French doors because I have this front office and these French doors. And I'm like, yeah, that's not going to work because the sound comes in from the bottom, or versus they can hear me and I'm probably annoying just sitting in here talking to myself. I'm not really talking to myself. I'm talking to you fine people, but I was thinking I need to get like some kind of sound dampening curtain or something that slides in front of it. And then a silly thing on the back that says on air or something, or recording, that kind of thing. That would be awesome, Brenda. Yay! Oh my gosh, do you want to go today? Is that last minute? You want to go shopping today? I'm serious. I'm actually serious. I really need to get some more needles, and I want to see what they have, and I really want that stitch, that gauge measure. Oh my gosh, too many things. Yeah, Ellie, I could do a draft dodger. I could totally make one, but I really need something that's going to help with the sound that's in front of it too. So I could put the draft dodger on there for sure. And I was thinking about I've heard that felted cotton is the cheapest and best baffling for sound absorption. I say I've heard that. I've actually studied that. That was part of some continuing education units that I had to do for interior design to keep my licensing up. So on my birthday, I was sitting there finishing classes to keep my registration up with the state of Texas. And one of the things I chose was to talk about sound and stuff. I like interior design, commercial design. And so I don't know if you know this, but you can be a licensed designer if you've gone to school and you've done all these different things and sat for your exams. And your exam test is 2 days long, and 2 sections are completely about building codes and things, and about health, safety, and welfare. It's not all about color and furniture. So anyway, let's see. I'm getting into the near end of this row. So let's see. Oh, I was going to ask you guys. Oh, Amanda says, what about those curtains that are extra heavy to keep out light better than regular ones? Yeah, I'm thinking I could do something like that. I'm wondering if I could like put on the other side of them that special cotton stuff and like pierce a hole through them. And you know, so maybe I double curtain them, and so in between is the ugly stuff, because the batting, the cotton batting that's felted is not pretty to look at, and so I'd want to like get me a nice fabric and stuff. Oh my gosh, speaking of fabric, so I've been really thinking about this, and y'all tell me what you think, please. I really want your feedback. I have a friend who does custom, she actually went to interior design school with me, but she actually designs custom fabrics. And I was thinking of contacting her or someone else, if not, about getting a custom Goodknit Kisses fabric, you know, so, and then coming up with like a bag, you know, and a pattern for making a sewing bag. And then I could just, I could make the available material in the PDF pattern or something to make your own take along bag, you know. Wouldn't that be cool? Would y'all be interested in a Good Knit Kisses fabric? Because, I mean, I think we all make, when we knit, we're making good knit kisses for our friends and family. I don't think it's all about me. I think it's just nice. And I was thinking I could put some needles on there. I probably put a little icon of needles and yarn and a loom and a hook. I'm thinking that would be fun, right? What do you think? That would be awesome. One more thing, right? That's what my old boss used to say. Oh, that's OMT, Kristen. That's one more thing. I'm like, I know, but my brain doesn't quit, y'all. I don't know if I'll ever be to that point to have somebody just kind of behind me, like writing all these ideas down and just going with it. But I imagine sometimes I'm like a movie, you'll be like, all right, write that down and move forward with it. Go with that idea. Go. I'm no Martha Stewart, but that would be fun not to, just be like, because that's the activator in me. Have you ever taken those strengths tests, That's one of my strengths. Look at this. Isn't this pretty? So see that? And so what it does is it elongates it here, and then when you work them together, it closes that in, and then it comes this little pop. So it's not like a super thick profile. In fact, it's very it's got a great hand to it. It's got a nice flow to it. So the fabric that's created is really nice, and it's not like a bauble. A bauble can be like really protruding and stuff, but it looks it's really tailored looking. So I can get custom fabric online. Brenda, help me with this. Help me with this idea. Let's run with it. It would be so fun, right? How big would I make the bag? I don't know. Maybe I could like come up with, I have a friend who does a lot of sewing. Maybe she and I can come up with a pattern together. Would that be cool? Because I'd want to keep it simple. Maybe even like a no-sew project or something. That'd be fun. Or even like if someone wanted to buy it, just have a fabric liner, and you could use that. Ooh, you could use that for a liner in your bags. Wouldn't that be fun? Oh my gosh. So many ideas, y'all. So many ideas. Okay. Oops. I'm supposed to be purling. Okay. Let's purl on this row. Oh, I wanted to ask you. Okay, so the pop pillow calls for, let me come back here. Okay, so now I'm on row 3, it's purl, and then we'll do the 4th row in the back, and we'll do the opposite of what we just did. So it'll look the same to you, but depending on how you start, okay? And you sew, get out of town. Brenda, let's get together, yay. Why don't you and I combine? All right, so we're going to continue in the pattern until the work from the beginning measures 40 inches or 101.5 centimeters, ending on a right side row, and then you cast off. That's it. That's basically the pattern. And then, but I was actually thinking, and then, and you fold your work in half with the wrong side facing each other, and then sew the 2 sides of the pillow closed, and then you insert the pillow form and sew the sides closed. But here, so my thought was, I've got, how many inches do I have? I've knitted 12 inches, maybe 13. Yeah, I knitted 12 inches. So if I folded this, so basically what's going to happen is you fold, let me back the camera up. Back that thing up. Okay. Y'all, I am feisty today. So you would fold it in half. Oh, this is actually a good size to show you on camera. Ooh, maybe I am going to do this. Okay, so you fold it in half, and then you sew these sides together like this, and you sew these sides together, and then you stuff your pillow form in, okay, and then you close it up, okay, you sew that up, okay, so that's how you do that. But I was actually thinking last night, I'm sitting in my theater chairs, and I wanted this in my theater chairs, and I was thinking, you know what, this would be a good little lumbar pillow or a neck pillow or something if I instead of making a really large pillow for my, to sit in my recliner, if I just stopped it short. So I'm thinking I want to go find a pillow form and get a small one. What do you think? And so I'd have this nice roll, instead of just doing the pop pillow in a 20 by 20 square, right? So the other thing is what I need to go shopping for today is getting the pillow form for the tutorial. So what are your thoughts? Do you think that, because there's pictures of it with the 20 by 20, but would y'all like to see me do this with a support pillow? And it'd also be a nice little accent on the chair, and it wouldn't be like super intrusive in the way, right? So anyway, tell me what your thoughts are, and I will work this purl row. Do y'all like my weird breakout into song? If you don't know me, this is your first time. Warning, I sing, although it's past the warning time. I probably lost a few people when I sang, huh? All right. Oh, I need to go back up. What do people say? La, 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 la. Let's go back. Let's go back. It's gorgeous. You like it? Heather, you need something to fit your S-loom? Oh, yeah. You could make like a nice big bag for your S-loom. Having a fabric bag would be fantastic. Yeah, that would be a good one. It's nice and flexible. Chris used to teach sewing. Cool. You watched the movie the other day? Oh, I don't even remember what I sang. Oh my gosh, that's bad. Yeah, Brenda, do you have a store? Brenda makes some fantastic things. Oh my word. Her talents are abounding. Let me just tell you, I had the privilege of meeting Brenda. She came out to my church and met me for coffee, and it was so nice just to sit and chat with her. I don't even think we got any knitting done. We just sat and chatted. I may have been crocheting that day. I was trying to work on a Caron cake thing. You heard that I sing? Shirley. Yeah, let's get together. Oh, okay. Yeah. I love Parent Trap. We watch that so much. Our kids love it, but at times they've gotten sick of it because we like to listen to it in the car trips. And excuse me, we pick the movies, and so we pick the movies. The movies that we like to watch on car trip are Sound of Music, Singing in the Rain, Parent Trap. Now the kids are old enough to start, listening to Back to the Future or watching Back to the Future, Anyway, Brenda, where am I going shopping? Well, for the pillow form, I doubt that West 7th has the pillow, but I was going to go to West 7th so I can get some needles, and then I was going to see if there was I'm sure there's a fabric shop around there that has the pillow forms and stuff. But yeah, I was going to go to West 7th Wool in Fort Worth today. If I had a buddy. I actually really wanted to take you guys all shopping there, but I was afraid to do it like I did at Joann's, where I just busted down the door and I'm like, I'm filming, and I didn't ask permission. It was a big box store. I figured I couldn't get into that much trouble. But West 7th might not like that, so I figured I should talk to them first and introduce myself. Or go incognito, and they won't know who I am. But one day, if it's really fun and I can, I don't have a GoPro camera. I was thinking, man, it would be amazing if I had a GoPro camera and I could just take you guys all shopping with me, like where I'm not saying a thing, but you're just with me shopping. But I don't know if I can go live on a GoPro. Anybody know? I don't have a bunch of equipment. You might think I do, but I really don't. And I'm pretty conservative with what I spend. So, I'm missing comments. Hold on, let me go back. La la. The original Parent Trap is awesome. You like the remake as well? Yeah. Lisa, good question. Can this be done on the loom? I believe I've seen people do it on the loom. Oh my gosh, I can't talk. I have not done it, but I do want to convert it and attempt. I was just discussing that with Joanne yesterday, and we were kind of working it out in our heads. One of the things, though, on stuff like that, I want to make sure that we get the rhythm right and the setup right, so that you're not having to do as many, move as much moving around as possible. We want to do as few moving things around, because you're constantly increasing and then decreasing right after. And while it sounds easy enough, well, it may not sound easy enough, but because there's that first knit stitch involved, it makes me have to do a little bit more yarn gymnastics. And anyway, I want to come up with the best method before I just teach it. So that requires some extra time. Oh, Joanne, okay, you're going to play with this afternoon? Oh, you are awesome. We talked about so much stuff yesterday. She was probably like, oh my gosh, Kristen, too much. You've got too many things, too many ideas. And I don't think I even told her about my yarn bag idea. I mean, my fabric idea. Did I tell you about that, Joe? He has a couple of GoPros, Brenda? Awesome. Yeah, let me know. You would love to see this on the loom? Okay. Well, we're going to work on that. If I do it on the loom, I'm probably just going to do a small sample of it just to kind of get through it. I do have an idea about showing you guys some stuff I was sharing with Joanne yesterday about the loom, and it'll be a 7-part series. I'm really excited about it. It's going to take a little bit of time to work out the samples and do the thing I want to do, but yeah, so cool. Yarn bag, no, we didn't talk about it. Like a project bag for your yarn and for your project. So yeah, coming up with different patterns to make your own, but me actually getting some custom fabric done for Goodknit Kisses. So if I was a graphic artist, or if I had someone who's a graphic artist, I could probably come up with something. If I still had AutoCAD on my computer here, just because I'm not doing interior design full time, I don't have AutoCAD on my computer now because it's an expensive program, but I could probably do it myself on CAD. But I just haven't done it in forever. So anyway, oh, thanks for sharing my video, Teresa, and one other person. It doesn't say who did it. Okay, so we're flipping. All right, so now I'm on to row 4. Let's go back. And we're on row 4, so we're gonna knit 1 and then purl 3 together and then do that same thing. So if you are just hopping on, this is the pillow we're doing. Isn't that cute? So cute. It's in their lookbook. So yeah, that's that. And you're using Caron 1 pound, and we're using a US 9 or 5.5 millimeter. And you want to have a 20-inch or 51 centimeter square pillow form. I think I'm going to use it as like a lumbar pillow, and we'll do that. So I have to find one. Brenda, you've had a couple of yarn bags you made, and custom yarn would be awesome for that. Well, custom fabric, I don't know about custom yarn. I do know that I have the ability to do some custom yarn. I have a friend who works with a company locally that does that. And actually, they produce Kristen Amidal's yarn for her. But I'm not ready. I'm not saying I'm going to have my own custom yarn line. That's a lot of work. I really prefer to do digital stuff, but man, the fabric is really tempting to do. Maybe someone else who has a fabric yarn shop, maybe we can work out a deal, like a licensing thing for my image or something. Okay, so we're going to knit this first stitch. And then how do we tell which one I do? Well, last time I did let me zoom in. Hold on. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. Last time, remember, I knit 1, purl 1, knit 1 into the same stitch. So now I'm going to take those 3 stitches and I'm going to purl them together. So I put my yarn in the front. I'm going to grab it. Whoops. Grab it and pull them all together. Okay, and so I just decreased that by 2, and now I'm going to work this stitch and increase by 2. So we're going to knit 1, purl 1, knit one, into the same stitch. So we decreased and then we increased, and then you gotta go back and work these together. See, it's this opening here, and we're just gonna go scoop these up, and we're going to purl together. Boop. Okay. So there we go. That is it. That is the whole thing. And then you just basically continue on until you get to your desired length or your pillow form length. So that's it. And so it just stacks. So here, I'm going to turn on the other side. You guys can see it. I'm going to wrap this up here. So this is the main stitch pattern. All right. Let me see if I can, am I zoomed out enough? Here we go. Yeah. So if you're working along and you see that it stops doing that, it starts kind of slowly doing this, it may be because you accidentally did a row 2 on a row 4 or vice versa, and then it changed on you, and so you would have to frog back. And here's the thing though, if you frog back, you saw how frog is to rip out your work. It sounds like ribbit. If you decide to go backwards, here, let me just show you real quick. Let's go backwards. Let's say I messed up. Okay. Oh, thanks for the pattern there, Joe. Okay. I'm gonna show you how to frog it. Like, oh no, Kristen, I messed up. How do I fix that? Okay, I'm gonna pull the stitch out. This is how I do it. I just pop that out, and then I pick up my stitches with my right because it's easier. And then I just pop them back on. Okay, so I get all 3 back on. And then when I get over here, there's that hole here. So I just stick my needle in that hole, and then I just slide those 3 off. Boom, like that. Another way you can do it is if you scoop up that yarn. Okay, you're gonna scoop up your stitches here like this. Except the problem is, so these 2 look loose, and then, let me get this out of here. These 2 stitches look loose, but then I have this 3rd one, so you have to get that 3rd stitch in there and then scoop it up and then slide your needle off and pull that out, and then you have all 3 on here. So it just depends on your method. Let's go ahead and unknit that again. So I can pull them all out like that, and that has a big giant stitch here. That's fine too. Here's the danger. I'm going to show you a danger thing. So let's knit one together, purl one, knit one. Okay, now say you all right, bye LES, I'll see you later. I say you did this, and for some reason you accidentally dropped this purl stitch in the middle, and then it becomes this way. Well, here's the thing, that purl stitch will eventually work itself out, but it won't affect this stitch. It won't drop down because it's trapped in by these 2 stitches. So you may even like tighten up, and you may like not realize until several rows later, oh my gosh, my stitch count is off. Why am I off? Well, it's because that's what happened. So you would have to find that area and frog it and go back and see. Does that make sense? So this is me picking up these stitches here and putting it, I'm just going back so I can just have it all flat. I can lay this flat, so that's why I'm going backwards now. Okay, I'm going to show you the right side. So this is the right side. Okay, that's it, and then this is the wrong side. All right, so that is it on the Trinity stitch. Thank you for joining me. I'm glad you did. Hopefully that will help you. That is kind of a long form tutorial there. That's not an official video or anything, but it will be archived here on the Wednesday knitting day. If you want to check out the video archives for all the other tutorials we have here, go to the Good Knit Kisses Facebook page just by clicking on Good Knit Kisses. look on the left side of your screen. It says videos, and then you'll see the playlist for Monday Q&A day. Tuesday is loom knitting. Wednesday is needles and crochet, and Thursday, I'm sorry, needles and yarn. And Thursday is crochet. And there are some Friday things for social media stuff. And so there's help. Like if you want to create your own Etsy store, there's stuff on there for the Etsy store if you need help. Oh, real quick question. Amanda says, what do you recommend to put on bamboo needles so they don't grab so much? You could probably wax them a little bit. I recommend getting, it just depends upon the yarn. You're going to want to use the yarn that's smoother. They work better with a smoother yarn, quite honestly. You could sand them. Sometimes people get a cheaper bamboo and it might actually need a little bit of sanding. I've never put like a natural wax on them, although you could try it or maybe see if see if something else works. I would just hate to add any lotion to it or anything. So anyway, I'd have to ask a needle store about that. But yeah, wax them, Ada. You've done some waxing? Yeah, I would call your local knitting store and ask them if they have any special solution. They might actually have a wax or something like that to do that with. I prefer a birch needle if I can get one. They work just as well as the bamboo, if not better, because they don't tend to grab, but they have that nice drag on them a little bit. Oh, use wax paper? Oh, Ada, what a great tip. Yeah, grab some wax paper from your kitchen and just rub it on there. Excellent. I love that. I'm going to try that with my own bamboo needles. Thank you. I learned something today. I love it. All right. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Y'all happy knitting and crochet. Bye-bye.